Hey y'all, it's Chrissy. I'm back for another discussion. So for anybody who watched my previous videos, I was at work at that time, and I just thought it would be cool to kind of talk about my thoughts during my free time. But now I'm home, and there was some other stuff that I was thinking about, and I just thought, why don't I just go back and make another video? So here I am. I really hope that you guys enjoy it. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let's get into it. Okay, so the first topic that I wanted to address was something that I saw on Instagram. So I was just scrolling on Instagram, and I had went across Tasha K's page, and Tasha K was she had posted like a blurb of basically them asking a man if you have ever been intimate with another man in the past. Do you think that you should tell the woman that you are now with? And he was kind of saying that he didn't think so. So I just kind of wanted to touch on that a little bit. So the discussion, once again, is should a bisexual man tell their current girlfriend about their sexual history? So not to be, for me, not to be biased or anything, but of course I'm gonna say yes. But it's much bigger than just being like homophobic or feeling like, okay, I should just know your history. Is a little bit deeper than that. So number one, I feel like it's just respectful to be honest. It's respectful to be honest. Like if you have a sexual history that is that cause for you to like the same sex, right? You should tell your partner. Like I think even as a woman, you should tell your partner. Like when I was in college, I was in a lesbian relationship for a little bit, and I over the years have had guys ask me like, have you ever been with a girl or anything like that? And I told the truth. I said yes. I think that is important to say because some men care about that. Some men, they are really overprotective and things like that, insecure. So I think that it's just best to be honest. I feel like in a lot of these conversations, they ask men these questions and they don't necessarily ask women these questions too, because women are a part of the community. For some reason, we keep talking about men being a part of the community, but women are a part of the LGBTQIA community as well. So I think that it goes number one across the board that if you are a man or a woman that is bisexual, you should tell your partner. You should be honest with your partner about your sexual preferences. Okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing is that we all know that there is a heightened amount of homosexual men in particular who have acquired HIV or AIDS or anything like that. And while it is your HIPAA protected right to be able to be medically suppressed and not have to tell your partner, I still feel like ethically, I'm sorry about that. I still feel like ethically you should tell your partner. I just think that it's the right thing to do. And really, a big part of it is when you find a partner, you should find a partner that is willing to accept you no matter what. There are plenty of people out here who have found partners and have sexually transmitted diseases that they cannot get rid of. Okay. And they are honest with their partners. And there's plenty of people who have found someone who understands, loves them for who they are. And I'm an avid believer that there is somebody for everybody. So, in being able to find the person that's for you, how are you going to find the person that's for you if you're hiding who you truly are? Or if you're scared to be honest with the person that you're with. If you're scared to be honest with the person that you're with, what are you doing? What are you doing? And if you're building and basing your relationship off of lies, which I truly believe that omission of the truth is still a lie, then you're not going to have a successful relationship anyway. So you might as well just tell them. I know that some men are afraid of like the ridicule. They're afraid of, what the backlash may be. And I feel like a lot of women are as well. It can be challenging as a woman to tell anybody, especially if you're a part of the Black community or if you're a part of a community who doesn't necessarily look favorably upon the LGBTQIA community, then it can be difficult. But when you make decisions in life, sometimes you have to deal with those difficult consequences. And being an adult, you have to have those difficult conversations. That is essential. And I think that it is very deceptive to not say that you have been with the same sex before. Okay? So that's a very important thing as well. But another thing that I wanted to address is a lot of times I have seen a lot of people in the LGBTQIA community, they feel as though the homosexual community does not accept them. They feel as though we don't understand them. And I don't even, it's hard to put myself in a specific community. I know that I've been bisexual in the past. I do think a woman is attractive, but right now in my life, I don't necessarily want to be with a woman. I don't think that it's right for me specifically. Or balance, like the energies for me, it's just not balanced. And so I prefer to be with a man. However, like I said, I have been with a woman before, but even when I was with a woman, she was a more masculine woman, but she did identify as a woman. But all that to be said, I think that it's very important for you to tell your partner what your history is, because how can you expect for someone to accept you? How can you expect for the heterosexual community to fully accept you if you don't accept yourself? Listen, that. How can you expect for another community to accept you if you cannot accept yourself? A lot of times we are in a space where, honestly, we are in a space in society where homosexuality is widely accepted, very much so more than it was in the past. And there is litigation that has created violence against homosexuals to be a hate crime. So there's litigation that are protecting this population of people as well. And so in understanding that, then it is more safe to be open. It is more safe to come out. But also, I think that discernment needs to be at play, because I think that a lot of times you can kind of catch a vibe as to whether a person is going to be open to that lifestyle or not. And you have to be really honest with yourself and not go after things or people who are not going to accept you. It happens in the homosexual community, it happens in the heterosexual community. I see a lot of trans women who date down low men, why do you want to be with the man who wants to hide you? There are a lot of heterosexual women who chase after men who don't want them. There are a lot of heterosexual men who chase after women who don't want them. You should be with someone who wants you, who accepts you regardless. There are a lot of women out here who are open, who are free-minded, spiritual women who honestly believe that sexuality is fluid, and they would understand if you were to be honest with them. But you have to find someone, like find your tribe, find that person who is going to understand that. Okay, have these conversations prior to jumping into relationships, you know? Really get to know a person, become their friend before jumping into being sexual with them. And I think that that's a big part of it as well, why men might want to hide, because they may have already had sex with that woman. And that's where I really would like to call for a lot of people to stop over sexualizing themselves, especially in their relationships, because when you jump into sex in a relationship, a lot of times it does not work because you have not really gotten to know that person. Get to know the person that you are being intimate with, and allow the person that you're being intimate with to get to know you, all of you. And in order to do that, you have to be honest. So that is why I think that you really, really do need to be honest about that. Like, I don't want to come at it with like a nasty attitude and things like that. Like, oh, even though I do believe that for heterosexual women who do not prefer to be with the man who has been with the man, that is their preference and that is their right. Just like everyone else has a preference and a right to be with their preference. And I think that in maintaining that autonomy and allowing people to have that autonomy, you have to be honest. It's not fair for the other person to not have the choice to say yes or no. When you are dishonest and admit the truth, you do not give that person really the choice to say yes or no. Because they could say yes. And then what if they end up finding out from someone else and they may have accepted it had it came from you, but because of the fact that you lied, because of the fact that you were dishonest, because of the fact that you didn't trust that person or yourself enough to be open, then that you could end up really ruining an opportunity with someone who could have accepted you for who you are, but does not like liars, whether they're bisexual or not. Who likes a liar? Okay? Like, let's be real. So, while I do believe that like your sexual history it is your business. It is your HIPAA protected right? Legal and ethics are two completely different things. And I think in order to be able to give everyone a choice, you got to be honest. Okay? So the next topic that I wanted to cover is, I don't know why, but I'm in this, homosexual, heterosexual mind frame right now. I've seen a lot of conversations about this, a lot of discussions, a lot of debate. And you guys are like my diary, so I'm just gonna kind of spill it right now. So my next topic is, are trans women the prototype? I have seen a lot of videos out here where I've seen trans women have been like, oh, women want to be like us. They want to be us. We're the prototype, da 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 da. And, okay. Now, I will say that I do feel as though the LGBTQIA community as a whole, they have like an energy about them that is unique. okay, to just them, you know? And I do believe that there are all of the just vast arrays like of people that I have met. I lived in Atlanta for 8 years, which is the gay capital. So all of the people that I've met, they've been special in their own way. And they just all have like really unique personalities. They're super creative and super innovative and all of those things. And I do admire that about the community. However, I would be remiss to say that I don't feel a tinge of disrespect when I hear a trans woman say that I hate to say cis woman, so I'll say bio woman because that's what makes me feel more comfortable. That's what I choose to prescribe as, not what society wants me to prescribe as, but to be able to differentiate, I will say bio woman. Okay. So, as a biologically born woman, I do feel disrespected when you see a trans woman say that a biological woman is trying to be like them. I do not find that to be true. Now, number one, the transitioning process itself is transitioning from being a man to a woman. So within that, obviously, you want to be like a woman on the outside because you already feel like a woman on the inside, okay? So, seeing that you feel like a woman on the outside, on the inside, and you want to look like what you feel like on the inside, what are you going to use as a roadmap? Women. Women. They are the roadmap. They are the prototype. Okay? When you get this surgery, they're going to fashion it off of a woman's vagina. Okay? All of the clothes that you are going to wear are women's clothes. And who have you probably seen them on first? Women. The mannerisms. Now let's get into the mannerisms because I feel like a lot of times they try to say like, oh, we have like these slangs and things like that. But okay, just a little bit about me. I'm from Detroit. Now, I've been saying period since I was in the 6th grade. City girls did not make up period. Santana did not make up period. Teenage and preteen girls made up period. Okay? Because I've been saying this since I was literally like 11 years old. Like period, point blank, all of that type of stuff. What I honestly look and see is that womanhood, it's a process, okay? It's a process and it's not an exclusive process. I won't say it's exclusive to just women because obviously trans women, I apologize, they can experience womanhood, but in their own way, obviously, okay? And even trans men have experienced womanhood in their own way. But it's definitely a process. I think that not all biologically born women can call themselves women. And I don't think that all trans women can call themselves women as well in terms of maturity. And let me explain this just a little bit deeper. Okay, so the maturity in the biological woman community is what makes you a woman, not having a vagina. Because if you have a vagina, I mean that could just make a baby, an infant, a woman. You're not a woman just because you have a vagina. You are a woman because of the experiences that you go through and what that creates you to be on the other side. The hormones that we have and being able to manage those hormones, manage our emotions, how we operate ourselves, how we carry ourselves is what makes us women. Okay? And I truly, truly believe that there are a lot of trans women who are really should be assigned trans little girls. Okay? Trans little girls. Like a Santana, for example. I acted like Santana acted when I was 12, 13 years old. And that is just all that is just really coming into yourself. You are just now getting a taste of womanhood. You may just now be on some type of hormones or something to where you are experiencing some of the hormonal changes that women experience. And when it's new, it's new. Even for biologically born women, it's something that you have to navigate through. It's a rite of passage, okay? And there are going to be older, more experienced women in your life that are going to teach you how to be a woman. We're going to show you what being a woman looks like. But it's definitely not just because you have a vagina. I think that when you have a vagina, you're a girl. You're a girl. When you know how to carry yourself and operate yourself in your highest self, and you have a vagina, that's what makes you a woman. That's my opinion. I am entitled to mine, and you are entitled to yours. So please put it below. Let's discuss. But this is something that I've been wanting to say so badly, is that there are so many trans women running around out here like little girls. And not even that, but an exaggerated version of what they think womanhood is, which is exactly what being a little girl is. Being a little girl, being a 13-year-old, we was stuffing our bras, trying to be grown, talking about things we didn't know really fully about. Okay? And honestly, all of those things together, we thought we were being women, but we really were being little girls. We were loud, we were ratchet, we were out here doing whatever, saying whatever, trying to be seen, attention seeking, and all of these things. When you don't understand your power as a woman, you can be able, you will have like a skewed vision of what that is, and that'll make you turn into what it is that you're seeing out of these trans women. I honestly feel like it's an exaggerated version. There are some trans women who operate and carry themselves as women with poise, with grace. And then a lot of trans women are out here operating like little girls, and then trying to say that women who have literally gone through the ringer and has had to maneuver and navigate from being a little girl to a grown woman. You cannot tell a grown woman that I want to be like any woman, okay? Because that's a part of being a woman, is being secure in yourself. In order to be a woman, in order to fully be a woman, you got to be in yourself. You have to be secure in yourself. You have to love yourself. You can't be envious of the next woman. That's little girl activity. Okay? So there is no woman on this earth. I don't care if it's Beyonce. I don't want to be Beyonce. Okay? I might want like a cute weave because her weaves do be cute. But I don't want to be her. I don't want her life. I want to be me. I love me. Okay? And it took me a while to love me. And I'm still learning to love me. But one thing about it is I am so rooted in that there's nobody that I want to be like, especially not a trans woman. Okay? And that's just coming from a woman. I got to be real. I got to be real. Okay? Because you can be real and not be disrespectful. Truth sometimes hurts. It may come across as disrespect, but to be honest, it's just truth. It's just truth, okay? And the truth of the matter is, there are no real women out here that are trying to be like a trans woman. And most of the trans women, because I know trans women who think that is a crock of bull and think that is absolutely disrespectful, considering the fact that most of the mannerisms that they learned are probably from their mother, aunts, cousins, sisters, friends, homegirls, black, homegirls that they had from school when the boys wouldn't accept them and the girls did, right? Because they saw them for who they truly were on the inside. And this is why you get let into these feminine spaces, is because women can be able to see past that and look at who you are on the inside and treat you accordingly. You don't have to look like that on the outside for them to be able to see it and appreciate it. So half of the women who, the women who truly do understand that, those are the ones who carry themselves as women. Because sometimes a level of humility and a level of reverence and respect for what the prototype is, it can be able to increase you as a woman, because it's like, okay, well, I respect that over here, but this is who I am and I'm fine with that. I'm not trying to be better than this person. I'm not trying to up this person. I understand that biological women are women and that they have, the right to feel how they want to feel, and that they are the prototype, right? They are what a lot of trans women strive to be. Okay? However, they are rooted in themselves as well to say, but I have something special about me. I'm innovative. I'm a woman in my own way and in my own right. And I would never take that away from any trans woman, and I encourage trans women to think that way rather than trying to make it some type of competition, because it would never be a competition. You could never compete. Like, when you grow up with a vagina, when you have to maintenance that much on the regular for your whole entire life, you just can't compete in those types of spaces, and just stop trying to. It's not a competition. You can be a woman. We don't care. We don't want the man you want. Okay? I mean, some might, but they're probably a part of the community as well. And that's another thing that I would like for a lot of trans women to understand, is that you have women who are part of your community. You are offending people who are a part of your community. It's LGBTQIA, not just T. So what about the lesbian women? What about the bisexual women? What about the queer women? Because are you standing up for all of the community or just your small sect of the community? Because while you're standing for your small sect of the community, you could also be offending other parts of your own community. Like, make it make sense, sis. Like, for real. Well, all you have to do is just be able to be real and say, hey, it is what it is. I may not have been born this way, but this is who I chose to be. You were born this way. You didn't choose this. So I respect that in itself, okay? But to answer or to give my full, opinion, no. I do not think that trans women are the prototype. I do not think that women are trying to fashion themselves off of trans women. I think that a lot of trans women are perpetuating exaggerated versions of what they feel like women should be, which is typically Black women, or they are in their early stages of womanhood and running around acting like little girls, which real women, and when I say real women, I mean a woman who has fully came into her womanhood, that's trans or bio, don't want to be that. Okay? Okay? Don't want it. Okay? I'm fine with this. I don't need the BBL, none of that stuff. I'm good with the clear face and the lip gloss, ma'am. I feel so feminine right now. It's giving soft era. Okay? Surrounded by my fluffy pillows. I don't need all of that. Okay? Anywho, next topic. And the last topic of the night, because I really don't want to make this too long. And it kind of goes back into what I was kind of talking about before, is, are Black women jealous of gay men / trans women? Are we jealous? Because I've heard that a lot too. No. Jealous for what? Now, what I will say, it's a difference between feeling jealous and feeling disrespected. And I think that a lot of Black women feel disrespected by trans women and gay men. Because one thing that heterosexual men will say all of the times, I've heard this so many times, is like, oh, well, women, you're responsible for this anyway. You're the feminists are the ones who push for gay rights. The feminists are the ones, so you can't be mad when this happens. And it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't necessarily think that we're responsible for everything. However, I will take on the advocacy role to say that there are a lot of women, especially Black women, who advocate for gay men and trans women in our communities, because we're their friends. I have plenty of gay friends who we let them into our circles because they weren't safe in the male circles. They weren't safe there. They're either going to get beat up, talked about, bullied, whatever. With us, they're safe. With us, they are safe. So I will say that a lot of women have championed for the LGBTQIA community. The feminist movement has definitely jump-started and supported the LGBTQIA movement. And in a way, we are responsible for a lot of the growth that has happened in terms of legislation and things like that. Because we support it. We support it. Okay? We're going to walk with you. We're going to lobby with you. We're going to vote. All of that stuff. So in doing these things to put people in position, just because of the fact that we understand oppression, we understand that, you did not choose to feel this way. You may have chose how you wanted to present to the world, but you did not choose to feel how you feel. You did not choose your sexual preference. We did not choose to be women, but we get oppressed for it every day. So we can identify with you in that, right? But there is no way that we're going to feel jealous. We want to help you. We have been your friends. So now you get into position and say we're jealous? Wait a minute. You're going a little far. Okay? I think that a lot of times when I have heard that narrative is because they say, oh, well, you're jealous because the men want us and the men look at us. And it's like, babe, have you ever heard of the saying that there are plenty of fish in the sea? Baby, listen. One thing's for sure, two things for certain. Please snatch up all the fish that want you. Snatch them all up. Because I don't want them. Because if they want you, they don't want me. Or if they want you, I don't want them. Okay? That's my preference. There are some women who don't care. There are some women who don't care. However, I know a lot of women who are like, you know, take them. Take them. I'm not mad. Please do. That's one less mystery for me to solve. Okay? Please take them. Matter of fact, take them. And then how about you walk around outside with them? Because this is the thing, too, that I really want for a lot of trans women to realize and stop doing to themselves, because I feel like it's a self-hatred there. And like any woman that is doing that, any trans woman that is doing that, they need therapy. And they need to address the self-hatred, because it's the down low man for me. You want to be with the I've heard so many trans women say, I love straight men. Why? Why do you love a man that don't want to be seen in public with you? Do you love yourself? Is this really what you want in life? Is this really you want to be somebody's secret? Somebody's dirty little secret in their closet forever? You want to be fetishized? Why? You should want someone to truly love you and to love you out loud. Love me out loud. I don't want to be in nobody's closet. And I honestly feel like trans women, you deserve better than that. You deserve better than a man who's going to sneak you into a motel room and then, we had 37 minutes, and then beat your ass or try to kill you after they done got that time. Okay? I just saw it was like this one thing, this one case or whatever that just happened, and it was this man. He basically said, and when you see the picture of the woman, the trans woman, you be like, you didn't know? How you didn't know? Okay? How didn't you know? Because it definitely, you know, it was giving, if you just open your eyes, you can see. Okay? So he basically engaged in sex with the woman. And then after wanted to say, oh, I felt suspicious, and just shot the woman point blank and unalived her. And you know, honestly, it's just so unfortunate that something like that happened. But I would have to ask myself, why, trans women, do you keep putting yourselves in this position to be killed, unalived, to be hurt, to be assaulted, to be hidden, and then turn around and try to say that these are the men that we're jealous of you for? I don't want that. I don't want a man who doesn't live in his truth. I don't want a man who's insecure. Excuse me. I don't want that. That's what you want. And y'all gonna have to figure that out. Okay? Y'all gonna really have to figure that out and stop going after y'all daddies that rejected y'all, because that's what it's giving. Okay? I don't want to get too deep psychologically, but it's giving, my daddy wasn't there, my daddy rejected me, and now I want a male in my life. It's giving daddy issues. Just like when Bio women do it. Daddy issues is giving daddy issues. And then you want to be with a man who don't want to be with you, who don't want to be seen with you, who would kill, unalive you if you were to say anything to anyone. We as Black women are not jealous of that love. Now, going into another aspect of why we're not jealous. Black women, we are the prototype in terms of body type. Okay? So you go get the butt done, the boobs done, the BBL, and all of that. Babe, born with it. I'm sorry. My mama, she got A. I got A. My baby sister, she a little skinny right now, but she shapely. She gonna have one too. No BBLs. No nothing. Now I done had to drag this wagon around for 32 years. Back hurt. Okay? Boobs go clunk. Ain't nobody jealous. Listen, go get you some lady loves and then figure out how heavy them boys is. Join the club. I don't care. You not taking from my titty. I don't care. And that's what I just want a lot of people, trans women who have that ideology, to just realize we don't care. We don't care. We want you to live your life. We're okay. We want you to take the men who like you. We're okay. We don't even mind you outing them. However, we do be looking like, why are you trying to be with a man you gotta out? Be with a man that's out. That's gonna love you. Okay? For you. And I think that that is the full moral. The message, okay, is that love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself enough. Love yourself enough to be honest with your partner about your sexual history. Love yourself enough to be honest with them about your sexual history in an effort to find someone who is going to be okay with you and your life's decisions, where you don't have to live in the closet, you don't have to live in fear of anybody finding out something about you, where you could just live out loud with all of your choices and all of your decisions. It's freeing, it's liberating. Love yourself enough to have those hard conversations. Love yourself enough to be okay with who you are without having to compare yourself to another. Okay? Love yourself enough to understand when a person is not going to love you back. And stop chasing after that, you know? Like the LGBTQIA community, especially trans women, I love y'all. Y'all be funny, innovative, all of that stuff. But I do want better for y'all. I would at least give Santana that. He was able to find him a man that is out, and he could be out with that man. He can love that man out loud. I encourage my other trans sisters to do the same. Stop sneaking around in motels, baby, because nobody's jealous of that. Us women, we don't want to do that. It's women who do that and don't want to do that. Okay? So, like, let's just be real. Like, everybody's living their own life. Is nothing to be jealous about. I don't know any women who are jealous of trans men or want to be like a trans man or want to be a trans man. We be happy for you. You happy? You like it? I love it. Live your life, okay? But stop the comparison. Stop the fighting. Stop the back and forth. Because at the end of the day, if you truly consider yourself to be a woman, then it shouldn't be a separation like what it is. It should be, if you a woman, you a woman. If you want to fight to be considered a woman, stop differentiating yourself from a woman so much. Stop trying to put a barrier and oppose us like that. Just be a woman. It's okay. And let us be women. It's okay. That don't mean nothing about you, what you chose. It doesn't take anything away from you. It doesn't. Okay? So these are my topics for today. And I appreciate you for coming, listening, being my diary. If you have any comments about what I had to say, you go ahead and you put them down there. If you don't like what I got to say, you go ahead and do that too. If you like what I had to say, please like the video. Please share it with a friend. Because I'm out here just trying to spread my truth. You know what I mean? And I really hope you guys can relate. Anyway, thanks. Have a good night.